everybody up here is my friend. So you gotta make sure, you show them love. Kevin was the first person I met when I first got here. So when I first got here, we used to have all these. I thought there was a trick. Him and Dan Simmons. I thought they were fooling me because I said, "Oh my God, this is the same facility. This is the old facility on David Drive now." And I thought they were pulling a prank on me. So I said, "Oh, I know about these rookie pranks. I said, this can't be the real facility. This can't be the real facility. I just came from Division II." So I remember Chief said, "You think we did all of this to fool you? We put all these names on these lockers? You think we built this thing just for you to be fooled? This is it. This is the safe." So, but anyway, I'd like to thank Kevin, and congratulate Kevin and Devery. Like Devery just said that he was faster than me, right? Y'all heard that, right? What's your nickname? What's your nickname? I'm gonna tell you. Boo Boo. What's my nickname? I don't want to talk about it again. Boo Boo versus Fast. I think I win now. Right. So I like to thank Michael Lewis for being a great presenter. He stood in for Deuce today. Deuce, where is Deuce? That's what I thought. That's what I thought. But thank you, Mike. I appreciate it. And man, thank you for coming. He drove in from Houston, Texas to be here so thank you, Mike. So appreciate that. Man, I do have notes now. May have a little bit more than Devery, but still, I talk a lot. So, but I just wrote this before I got here, so let's see how it goes. First of all, definitely I'd like to thank God. Got to thank the Lord for blessing me far beyond what I deserve. I grew up in a small town. I need a moment because in that small town, my mother, my father, they raised me along with my other 8 brothers and sisters, and most of them have passed away. The last couple of years, my mother passed, my brother passed, 2 of my sisters. It's been tough, but they showed me the right way to do things. Okay, now I'm here, and I'd like to say thank them for blessing me with the upbringing that I had. We didn't have much. Grew up humbly, and I had a dream of going to college. I didn't know I was going to get there. I was a pole vaulter, by the way, so I didn't see many black pole vaulters at the time. I said, oh my God, how is this going to get me to college? So I was in the marching band. You've heard that story before. I was in the marching band, and me and the band director got into an argument about him making me play the cowbell. This is not a Saturday Night Live skit. This is real. Made me play the cowbell. It was so embarrassing. So I went and asked him about it. By the way, he looked like Richard Simmons. That's the truth. And he said it's either the band or nothing. So it was nothing. So football coach comes over and said, "Hey, I heard that you and Mr. Hart got into it about the cowbell thing." I said, "Yeah, coach." He said, "Well, why don't you come up for football?" I said, "I'm too little." He said, "Listen, your brothers were really good at it. Why don't you give it a try?" And I said, "Oh man." He said, "But I'll tell you what, if you come out, I'll give you a leather jacket. I'll give you this leather jacket." I said, "Oh, a leather jacket. I'll come out for that." So he made me the kicker. I couldn't make a field goal to save my life, but I could kick off, right? First game, we had like 3 other running backs get hurt, and I begged him to put me in the game. "Please, coach, just give me one shot. You'll never regret it. You'll never regret it." He said, "How many plays you know?" I said, "I know 5 plays, coach. I know toss right, toss left, option right, option left, and draw." He said, no, anybody else other than Freddie want to play running back. And then somebody said, hey, coach, he's good at hot ball. I don't know if any of y'all play hot ball. So it's like, let's say if I have the ball and you're the rest of everybody else, I would have to run through all of you to try to make a touchdown. I don't know, some people call it kill a man with the ball, murder ball, pick it up and run it, whatever. But I was good at that game and gave me an opportunity. His name was Neil Hitchcock. He was head coach. He said, I'll tell you what, I'm going to give you an opportunity, but if you fumble the ball, just get on the bus with the other team and don't come back. I said, wow, okay. I said, don't worry, coach. I'm about to average 15 yards a carry. You don't, it's my first time. I didn't average 15. It was more like 12, but still. That was the beginning of something that I never would have imagined, you know. And here I am today. And like I said, I've been super blessed. And two of my blessings here today, my son, Frederick. He's a running back at Ole Miss. And Frederick has been winning the scout team player of the week every week. You know, the only week he didn't practice is when they played against LSU. And you see how that turned out. He's a finance major, so I'm so proud of him. And my beautiful daughter, Jayla, she's here. She's a senior at Mississippi State University. She's majoring in nutrition technology. After my eyes. She wants to one day be a gaming company owner or something like that. Maybe nutrition involved. Okay. And I'd like to thank them for just putting up with Daddy. Just like Deacon was saying about you, going back and forth from town to town, I would go back and forth to Madison, Mississippi all the time, so just to see them. But thank you guys, I love you. And then I also have my niece here as well, Johanna. She goes to Texas A&M Corpus Christi. She's majoring in clinical laboratory science. So she wants to be a scientist one day. She got a full ride, by the way, just academics. So. Sorry about all this crying and stuff, all right? But they've been my biggest blessings, my biggest supporters throughout. You know, first of all, I want to also thank Mrs. Benson and Mr. Benson. Man, they've been best owners in team sports, hands down. That ain't close. That ain't close. Like, you know, win, lose, draw, she's there for us. She's always been that shining light to us all. I just want to say thank you, Ms. Benson. I also like to thank Dennis Lauscher and Mickey Loomis. You know, I know they gave me more time. You know, I'm just going to, I got it. I'm not lame. I got it. But a quick story about how I came to actually work for the Saints after the whole career ended. I was at a gas station in Madison, Mississippi, and I see this car. It's a gas station that has a Subway sandwich shop as well. And I said, who is that driving a Mercedes-Benz of that size in this town besides me? And out pops Mickey, right? And this was in my 16th year, so I'm going to my 17th year, and I said, oh, you know, him and Sean had already called me and asked me about a job with the Saints, and but they told me to take my time with it, and but that was a sign for me. That was a sign, seeing Mickey at that gas station. So I go to Mickey and I said, Mickey, what are you doing here? He said, oh, we just need some gas. We're on our way from Memphis. And I said, wow. I said, tell Sean I'm going to retire and I'm going to take that job. He said, for real? I said, yeah. He said, when are you going to retire? I said, today. I retired on the spot, and I've been with the Saints organization ever since. So, thank you, Mickey. Also, I want to thank Ken Trahan and the selection committee, all the board members, all of my friends and stuff that work. I see so many faces here that I know and I love. You know, all the people that work for the Saints. I see Danny Lawless, that's my guy. He got them handcuffs on him. I watch him. Everybody from Dean, everybody. Jay, you know, amazing. You know, listen, You talking about hard work? The stuff I do on the field is nothing compared to what Jay does. He's there day in and day out. He's vice president of everything. That's what Mr. Benson said, and I agree with him. So, all right, let me see what else I got that wrote down here. I still got some stuff, Deborah. Okay. Okay. So, like I said, I grew up in Philadelphia, Mississippi. I was fortunate to go to a small school, Mississippi College. I was going to go to Southern Miss, Kevin. That was my dream. I didn't want to go there because they were Southern Miss. They had a great announcer, right? And this announcer, you remember Sammy Winder? Sammy Winder was a running back, and they would do this playback show. And they would say, uh-oh, here comes Sammy. I wanted to say, here comes Freddie. Here comes Freddie. But how it happened was, I don't know, somebody else from Mississippi College was there, and they said, hey, Fred, why don't you come to Mississippi College and give us a try? I said, I've already been to Mississippi State on a visit. They said, no, not Mississippi State. I said, oh, I've been to Ole Miss on a visit already. They said, no, not Ole Miss. They said, you ever heard of Boston College? I said, yeah. Mississippi College. I said, oh. Oh, wow. Mississippi College. Go there and make a long story short, I broke a lot of records. I told the coach that I was going to break every record at that school. He said, son, there's been a lot of guys that come through here that work just as hard. You gotta, hey, you just pump your brakes. 3 years later, I said, hey, Coach Herzog. He said, I know, you broke all the records. Saints drafted me in 1991. Jim Finks was the GM at the time. It's been a wonderful ride with the Saints. I want to just recognize some of the coaches that I played for. Jim Moore, Jim Haslett, Sean Payton, and D.A. was there as well. The running back coaches, Jim Skipper, Dave Atkins, Willie Robinson, Al Everest, and Joe Marciano. Those guys helped shape me to who I am for as being a player. But I just got to call out some of my teammates right here. Like, listen, just look at this list now. Look at the Dome Patrol, Ricky Jackson, Sam Mills, Vaughn Johnson, Pat Swilling. I played with those guys. Toy Cook, Brett Maxey, Gene Atkins, Darren Howard, Dalton Hilliard, Buford Jordan. I tell people all the time, I played with Bobby Hebert and Drew Brees. That's crazy to even think about. Gil Finnerty, Joe Horn, Joe Johnson, Jim Dombrowski, Stan Brock, Aaron Stecker, Hobie Brenner, Michael Lewis, Deborah Henderson. Both of these guys played with them. Morton Anderson, Steve Gleason, Mel Mitchell, Benny Thompson, Zach Street, Willie Jackson, Ironhead Hayward. I played with that guy. Man, Jari Evans, Roman Harper, Aaron Brooks, Will Smith, rest in peace, Willie Rofe, Bobby Hebert, man, Reggie Bush. Played with Dalton Hilliard and Reggie Bush. Wow. Ricky Williams, Jimmy Spencer, Willie Jackson, all these guys. Charles Grant, Deuce McAllister. The list goes on and on. I played with a tremendous amount of great athletes. They pushed me to be the best as well. I never wanted to let them down on the field. So I'd like to say thank you to everybody that's here, and I appreciate it. Thank you so much.